Hey gang, Hammersill here. I haven't played Chung in, well, honestly, probably a good 3-4 months. I admit that I got a little discouraged when I was going through this particular DD line. The Tier 8 is essentially a Benson with the Deepwater Torps. I never did great in Benson. I'm not sure why. It just never really clicked for me, which means I also have a little trouble with Lo Yang, but I've been working on that. But anyway, this ship I loved. I played it all the time, and then I watched as Wargaming really kind of nerfed the Tier 10, well, pretty dramatically. There were a lot of complaints about it from various players that had the ship, that many of them said, well, I just don't play it anymore because it's no longer competitive. Anyhow, this particular ship I really liked, and I thought, I haven't played this thing in forever. I really need to take it out of port and knock some barnacles off. So, as I often do in a DD, at least a reasonably stealthy DD, I opted to try to secure the cap. Now, in this particular game, we've got Missouri, Seattle, and Cleveland all with radar. So, in a case like that, I want to try and stay as far away as possible from radar while still being in the cap. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to swing into the cap and basically put the rear end of my ship toward them and the nose of my ship away from them, so that if I do get radared, I can accelerate away from the radar as quickly as possible rather than trying to reverse. Now I'm hoping that my teammates are going to beat up on the Maz, and they actually do. Forgive me, my allergies just really getting to me today. But anyway, so Maz is kind of pinned down there, taking a lot of fire. I'm watching our Atlanta push up, and I'm thinking, okay, he's going to radar as soon as he gets in range. It's going to be any time now. But, and there it is. But he's got that little bit of a countdown timer. And Moss, this smart captain, hats off to that captain. He recognized he was in trouble and decided, okay, I'm going to try and get behind a rock here, but I'm going to stay in and contest the cap. So he did just a great job, and I couldn't finish him. Now here come his torps, and you'll notice I'm got a slender profile to the torps, so I just kind of reverse away from where they were going to be. And keep in mind that it's not just the Moss. You got Benson, a Yugumo, and a Miyoko, all with long-range torps. Now we can see the Benson and the Yugumo at the other cap, at the B cap, but that leaves the Miyoko, which I'm expecting to be. Now, there was radar from the Cleveland. Fortunately, he fired it a little bit too early, and I didn't have to run very far. I was actually able to stay in the cap. Now, the German DD smoke doesn't last very long. I've got all the way through 210 and the German DD line. I know it doesn't last that long. So I know he's going to either have to sit there behind that island doing nothing or try to make a run for it. So I'm expecting him to come out of there any second. And that's why I've got my guns aimed right there. I know I've got a little bit of time on the cooldown timer for the Cleveland and her radar. And I'm kind of looking at the map. Missouri's on the other side. Only ship, there he is. And he's a good captain. He only stuck his nose out to have a look. He knew I was still in the cap because the cap is still contested. And now I got vision again by reversing, and I'm just going to keep trying to put him under. Now, I'm thinking to myself, Cleveland's pushing up. Okay, he's going to run for it. And I was thinking, I got to be careful here because he's probably going to push out and throw torps my way. So that finished him off. I'm thinking, Cleveland's a pretty big threat, and he may have just thrown a bunch of torpedoes my way, so I want to get some speed up and change my angle a little bit. And there they are. Now I'm going to throw it in reverse again. Back away from where the torpedo is going to be. Yeah, it's a little closer than I like. But there's Miyoko. And that means I'm liable to see more torps. Now he's not in the cap yet. There he is. Now at this point, this is just kind of a wing and a prayer. I throw the torps out there. Will this guy just kind of blindly keep moving in the same direction? Now I'm guessing, because I didn't count them, that those were the German destroyers' torpedoes, which means the Miyoko torpedoes could still be coming. So I'm just going to bug out, because I don't want to eat a bunch of torpedoes. Okay, so where am I detected? And it took me forever to realize, okay, Miyoko's gone. That the Yugumo had pushed up and was behind me. So it was a really good thing that I got out of there, because it was just a question of time until he spotted me for everybody. So I see that he's there. I'm trying to get my guns around, and Atlanta backs into me. He was probably trying to get guns on him too. Now I know Yugumo at this point is going to run south. He's trying to take advantage of the island. I'm just going to give it a second here on the off chance that he just threw torpedoes. Atlanta has wisely got hydro up. Alright, so no torpedoes means I'm going to go ahead and push in. And what am I realizing right now? Well, the Yugo's dead. I'm not sure exactly who got the Yugumo, but he's gone. So I can get back in the cap. And sooner the better. Seattle's at 17 clicks, so I don't have to worry about his radar. Not exactly sure where Cleveland's at, but the mini-map does say he's quite some distance away. So I should be able to secure this cap, and I've got a Buffalo pushing in with me, and Atlanta right behind him. So we're going to get this cap. So what am I thinking right now? I'm thinking, where am I going to go next? Because it looks like we've got this cap sewn up. Last known position on the Benson was at Gulf 4. Presumably he's still over that side somewhere. So I'm thinking I'm just going to run through this cap as quickly as possible and get into the B cap and start contesting that, because despite the fact that we're up a ship, we're still down 8 points. So that's the goal, and that's the thought process right now. Let's see how fast I can get B. Now I understand that Benson may be right there, and there are a lot of guns over there, including in New Orleans. So I'm going to have to be careful, but I've got smoke up, torpedoes ready, and my guns are at least a match for the Benson should I run into it. Okay, so there's the New Orleans. And now I'm just going to see if I can't slow their points a little bit. Thank you. By getting into the cap. Scharnhorst right there is about to detect me, so I'll get guns on him. And now I'm thinking, okay, he's got torpedoes, and if he hasn't thrown them recently, he's got them ready. So I'm going to try and reverse away from his likely launch trajectory, and I'm thinking he's about to ground, and he did. So I'm going to switch to AP, get a little bit more damage, because he's not going to be able to change his angle to me. And he's gone. Now I can get into the cap, switch back to HE, in case that Benson comes running up. I'm watching my range to the Missouri here. But I also want in 15 seconds to be able to throw my own torpedoes. But he's angling away. Right now, none of those battleships could fire on me. It would really only be the Benson if he were around. So I'm just going to push right in. Missouri, he's going down. I'm thinking that right now. He's bleeding hit points like crazy. Constant HE spam. So now I'm thinking about whether or not I should launch on the Sinop. Looking at our Soyuz, he's headed the other direction. So yeah, I'll throw some torps out there on the off chance that he pushes straight ahead. I realize he probably won't, or that he may just push up right next to the island, but in case he doesn't, the torps are there. Now I see the smoke directly ahead of me, and I'm expecting to run into Benson. Now it's possible that he smoked and ran north, but in case he didn't, I want to maintain a fairly straight angle here, and I'm going to try and come around that corner showing as little broadside as possible in case he's north, and also, you know, got Sinop back this way. Giving a second for my own torps. He's gone, so I don't have to pay any attention to that. I can go ahead and go on around the corner. I see the Benson now on the minimap. I have no worries about him. His torpedoes can't get this far south from where he's at or where he even was 30 seconds ago. So now I'm just thinking I'm going to chase down the turpets. This game's handily in the bag. We've got 3 out of 4 of the caps. Cleveland just went down. Now we're just mopping up. So, you know, what was I able to do this game? I was able to push up and help secure C, which, you know, I didn't take it myself. I had 2 other ships in there with me, but I kept them from taking it, and you know, and that's good. So what did I do there? Helped take out the Moss. I finished off Miyoko with torpedoes, and then headed for B to try and secure another cap to slow down their points. Now, at this point, yeah, this is just mop up. And in a case like this, I almost feel guilty throwing torps at this guy because he doesn't really have any chance at all. But this is the game. He's still almost full health. I can't help wondering if maybe his teammates aren't cursing him a bit for playing a little bit too passively. Throw the torps out, and now I'm just positioning myself to avoid getting detected, and in case the Benson turns back this way, which I don't anticipate happening, but just to the best of my ability, and granted that's limited, I'm kind of an old guy at this point, I'm just trying to anticipate what might happen and stay a half a step ahead of that. Okay, so Benson's down. Now it's just a question of will my torps hit him or not. With our points total and the fact that we've got 3 out of 4 of the caps, and that the Tirpitz is about to come under really heavy fire. If my torps don't get him, he'll be gone shortly anyway. But looking at what you're looking at right now, it seems a pretty sure bet he's going to need 5 torps and die. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. See you next time.